Dude, have you heard about this, like the teddy bear law, the teddy bear
No,
rule?
what's that?
So I was asking my tax guy, I was like,
where you keep your like possessions?
yeah, basically I was like, so what's the rule? Is it 6 months out of the year? What does it take to have residency in some place? And he was like, well, there's a bunch of little factors. He's like, he's like, there was a famous case with Derek Jeter, the New York Yankees shortstop. They're like, Jeter played for the Yankees in New York, but he didn't want to pay New York taxes. He wanted to pay Florida taxes because he's like, look, this is my home. This is where I live. Blah, blah, blah. They're like, but you also have an apartment in New York and you play in New York. So you work there. Your home is there and your kids go to school there, I think. And so they ended up, it got ruled in court, and they call it, I think the name they call it is I haven't looked this up. It's like the teddy bear law. And it's basically like, where would you keep your teddy bear? So the place you would call home. So like factors like where your kids go to school, where are the possessions that you love? It all goes into this like umbrella to be like, where do we actually think your home is? And actually when I first heard this, I was like, wow, that's really like subjective for like a ruling or a law. And actually it's one of the laws I kind of agree with. I actually think that is more like how it should be done, which is like, dude, what's the spirit of this? Do you actually live here, or do you just like stay here for exactly 6 months and 1 day every year? And I have to, I don't actually know where you are at any given time. But if you're working at a place, your kids go to school there, all your possessions are there, all your friends are there, your family is there, like that's where you live.
As an avid listener of Dateline, one of the easiest ways to catch the husband who kills the wife is like 3 weeks before he either bought like, a trash bag and like a shovel, or he Googled like how to dispose of a body. And last night I found myself Googling, and I was so embarrassed to do this. So I went to an incognito window. I was like, I can't Google this.
Yeah,
like they're going to know that I killed her. Yeah. And and it was like, how does the state that you're visiting know, like if I'm renting, and I didn't even know what to Google, by the way, I was trying to figure out how to phrase this, but if I live in Texas, how does New York even know that I'm there if I'm just renting a place?
Dude, that's so funny you said that. I did the same thing, and like my queries sound exactly like, does the IRS really know? It's like somehow that's how it's like formatted in my search. Like, it's like,
yeah, like I would Google what like
deal.
Dude, Google needs to understand italicized. Really?
Yeah. Like the asterisk and everything. It's like there's one browser that's just like, this guy's only ever incognito, and he's either looking at porn or taxes. Like, what's this guy's life like, right? Because like basically it's like, I'm trying to Google like when you get, if the IRS does this to you, is that like jail or just a fine? Right?
Yeah. Are we breaking a rule or a law?
Right. Are taxes a recommendation or a requirement?
Well, what I learned Googling this was the IRS, and it makes sense, but I didn't even understand it. IRS is for federal. So like, but I pay my federal taxes no matter what. But I'm like, okay, so then how does the state of New York actually know that I was ever here? And I'm trying to like figure, I'm Googling that to follow the rule, but I am curious.
Yeah,
and I was
to
like,
be clear, in case they also listen to podcasts, I'm Googling this A, for a friend, and B, to enforce the law on my friend, because I'm not here for anything else.
And I was just curious. I'm just curious. I'm like, literally, how does the state of New York even know that I exist?
I'm the same way. I'm the same way where I'll go down this rabbit hole. Then I'm like 30 minutes in. I'm like, why am I even looking for this? This is not applicable at all to me. But I'm like, I just want to know how it works. Like, I'll be like, when you keep the receipt, does anybody ever go read the receipts? Like, what actually happened? Or like.